Hey friend, Graham here from recordingrevolution.com. Happy to have you on our sixth and final video in this Mix With Me series where literally I want to mix a song alongside you. So if you've been following along, I've been mixing in front of you, literally live in the video, not doing anything off camera and showing you my mix process and the steps that I do it. But also I wanted you to have the same stems and multi-tracks so you can mix along with me, as well as a step-by-step mixing checklist to reference, to remind you of all the steps that I follow. All of that is for free at mixingchecklist.com. So download the stems and the PDF checklist for yourself, and then you can mix along with me. If this is your first video, we got 5 more you missed. Go watch them in order. I think it'll make more sense. But in this final video, we're going to talk about automation and what I call sweetening, which involves automation, but I think automation is a term more people are familiar with. The idea is that your software has got powerful automation features, which has been a huge part of mixing for years. We used to have to move faders, and by we, I don't mean me, because I didn't live when before automation existed, even on consoles. Even in the 80s, really nice consoles had automation built in when I was growing up in the 80s and 90s, but you used to have multiple people on the faders when you were doing your final mix down to the record, to the master. If you wanted the lead vocal to come up for a bit here, or that guitar solo to be a little louder in that part, or the bass to come down a bit there, you had to have people literally riding the faders live to capture that final performance as it went down to the master tape. Just like a live performance in a venue, you need a mixer to actually make the automation moves live. If he needs to feature the keyboard, he needs to do that. If she needs to feature the drums a bit more in the drum solo, she needs to do that. She needs to grab a fader and move it. We don't really ever leave these faders as is. Generally, something is going to be moving because a mix is a living, breathing, dynamic thing. The beauty is your software, even free software, comes with automation built in. People used to pay hundreds of thousands of dollars to have automatable faders on their consoles, but no more. It's free, which is insane. Welcome to the revolution. So what I want to show you is why I use automation and how I like to think about automation. Couple of things. I'm probably going to do lead vocal riding, which I'm going to probably ride the vocal. That's one automation where you set the track in record mode, you press play, and you literally click and hold the fader, move it up or down so that every word she sings is audible. The compressor's helping, but a little bit of automation can go a long way. I might also automate the overall level of some sections of the song to increase excitement and energy. I might automate panning as well. That's something you can do. And there might be some other things I do in the sweetening process. Sweetening can involve muting tracks at certain parts of the song, bringing them back in, duplicating parts if you need to, sometimes even adding parts like tambourine or shaker to a song if you really feel like it can help and the client is okay with it. So sweetening is anything and everything that you need to do to take your decent sounding mix and make it interesting from start to finish. So if we've been working on the sound of the mix tonally, now we want to work on the sound of the mix over time. Is the mix still interesting in chorus 2? It may or may not be. So I don't have a lot of time in today's video to show you everything, but I'll show you some of the big wins and give you an idea of what's going on. So I'm going to ride the vocal. I think that's the most important thing. So I'm going to open up her track here. And all the volume automation usually happens in your edit view. And like all these tracks are in waveform view. If I click waveform and choose volume, now I see the volume line. This can all be up or down. You can like have the volume go down here and go up here. This will automate the fader, okay? Which is really cool. There's also modes where you can put it in touch mode. If I put it in touch mode, then if I actually touch the fader itself, then I can actually click. When I click, it's recording what I'm clicking. So if I move the fader up, it'll go up. If I move the fader down, it'll go down, which is really, really cool. So what I'm going to do here in Pro Tools is there's a little teeny icon of a fader right next to the main out here. What this does, it lets me pop out a copy of the fader so I can see the fader from the mix window, but be in the edit window. I want to be in the edit window because I want to be able to see her actual waveform and see when she's getting loud or quiet. So I'm going to have this float right above the track. And this is what I'm going to be automating as I need to. I'm going to click and hold and just bring up the end of phrases and the beginning of phrases I think are too quiet, just to sort of level it out a little bit more.
I look down my window 1,000 times. Same sweet landscape, always a new sunrise.
Undo that. Here we go.
sunrise, I'm always surprised. My feet click faster down the concrete path. I head north, but really I wanna head south. My mind always off track. I'm stuck inside these dreams. I wonder who I could be if I face the southern road. I wonder who I'd become if I let my dreams undone. It's been years since hardly I cracked a smile.
So I don't think I need that little part here. I just delete that.
It's been years since hardly I cracked a smile. Same old concrete, same familiar miles. My heart races, arms wrapped around.
Try that line again.
My heart races, arms wrapped around my chest. I'm not ready, but I don't wanna regret. I've gotta catch.
Try that line again.
I'm not ready, but I don't wanna regret.
So I like that re, and then I'm just gonna manually adjust that.
I'm not ready, but I don't wanna regret. I've gotta catch my breath.
Let's try that again.
I've gotta catch my breath. I've gotta catch my breath. Gotta step off this ledge. I wonder who I could be if I face the southern road. I wonder who I'd become.
A little too much there.
I wonder who I'd become if I let my dreams undone. I wonder who I could be if I face the southern road. I wonder who I'd become if I let my dreams undone.
Right, I'm just gonna move on here.
Oh, I wonder who I could be if I faced the southern road. Oh, I wonder who I'd become if I let my dreams undone. I wonder who I could be if I faced the southern road. I wonder who I'd become.
Let's try that line again. Let's see what she does here in solo.
I wonder who I'd become.
That's a cool little flip. Let's see if we can get that.
I wonder who I'd become.
And then let's adjust that. Whoops. Bring it back.
I wonder who I'd become if I let my dreams undone, undone.
And that's all we're doing. We're just kind of going through, and you can rinse and repeat. You can try it over and over again. You have to kind of learn the song and get that automation the way you want. When you're done after touch mode, put it back in read mode, and then you won't be automating anymore if you accidentally touch the fader. Now the fader is going to jump around and automate for what it needs to do. So I like to ride the lead vocal. The other thing is I feel like when I get to the chorus, I don't know about you, but I'm not loving how it hits, right? Let's see.
My mind always off track. I'm stuck inside these dreams. I wonder who I could be.
I like how the drums come in, but I feel like the chorus is just kind of weak compared to the verse. Now, there's a couple ways we could fix this. One way is you could literally ride the master fader and turn it up a dB or a half a dB in the chorus. Another way is we could adjust the level of the strings or the piano, let's say, in the chorus, because they're constant throughout.
Dreams. I wonder who I could be if I
And that might be something we need to do. Let's take a look. Let's do this real quick. I have no idea. And when I mix, I have no idea what I'm doing. I have to figure it out until it sticks.
Strings.
So this is the downbeat here. So let's grab this whole section. It ends here. So let's drag that whole section here. This is the strings. I'm just going to go to the volume and I'm just going to turn it up 3 dB.
Strings. I wonder who I could be if I face a southern road. I wonder who I'd become if I let.
So maybe we'll bring it down a little bit more. We could do the same thing with a piano. I could grab a piano and I could grab the volume and turn the piano up.
These dreams, I wonder who I could be if I face a southern road. I wonder who.
That's helping a little bit. So I'll back that down a little bit to make it a little more subtle than that. You know, one of the things that I think is hurting this arrangement-wise is that you got doubled guitars in the verse. And then it goes to just one guitar in the chorus. And I think that makes it sound a little quieter. So here's part of the sweetening. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make my own copy of this chorus guitar here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take this and I'm going to go to where it repeats. Repeats there. Break it here. Break it here. Kind of ish there. So here's what I'm going to do. Unfortunately, I'm not in the right grid mode because I haven't set the tempo to this song. So that's something I should have done. But what I'm going to do is try to eyeball this. I've got the first pass. And there's the second pass. Actually needs to be there, I think. And what I want to do is to make a real double, I'm going to copy the first part on a separate track and make it the back half, and copy the back half on a separate track and make it the first half. So here's how we do this. We'll go copy. I'm going to go on to the guitar that's on the left, and we'll paste it loosely there. And we'll copy this. We'll paste it loosely. Normally I would be in grid mode so I can lock this in, but this will be close. So now we can listen to these two tracks together. Awesome. So what I can do is get rid of this and a little crossfade here. Boom, boom. No crossfade needed because these actually aren't real edits. This is just lines. So I can select, hide those cuts. Okay, so now I basically created a double in the chorus, so hopefully it won't sound as weak.
I'm stuck inside these dreams. I wonder who I could be if I face a southern road. I wonder who I'd become.
And what I think I need to do is I think I need to turn this up. So I'm going to automate this track and turn it up 3 dB.
I wonder who I could be if I face a southern road. I wonder who I'd become if I let my dreams undone. I wonder who.
And hopefully that helps.
Always off track. I'm stuck inside these dreams. I wonder who I could be if I face a southern road. I wonder who I'd become if I let my dreams undone.
The other thing you could do is you could automate the overheads. This is a classic Andy Wallace technique. He mixed Nirvana and a bunch of other bands. You kind of bring up the overheads where it's exciting. It's right here. The downbeat of the chorus all the way to the end of the chorus. And we grab the volume there, turn it up a little bit. See what it does.
I wonder who I could be if a face is solid.
And we're back to where we are. And what I'm just showing you in this video is these are some of the things I like to do is you go through systematically and make sure that every chorus is interesting. If chorus 2 is the exact same as chorus 1, what can we take away or add or rearrange or pan differently or add a different effect to make it slightly more different and more interesting than chorus 1? So that the listener isn't hearing the same thing that they heard before. Are the transitions interesting? Does it pop when it goes to the hook? What about when it drops to the guitar solo? And I like to go in time from beginning to end and make sure every section is there and make sure I can hear everything. Sometimes it's a drum fill, just automating a drum fill or the toms to make sure I can hear every little hit. It might be getting buried throughout the song. And this is what we use automation for, both panning automation and volume automation, even effect automation to make the mix come together. This is a wide open area, so I'm going to let you have at it and experiment with automation as needed. All right, so now let's do a quick final before and after to hear where we've come from in these 6 videos. I'll press play and you'll hear everything as it is, and then we'll take away all the plugins and effects.
Stuck inside these dreams, I wonder who I could be if a face is solid. I wonder who I become if I let my dreams undone. My mind always off track. I'm stuck inside these dreams. I wonder who I could be if a face is solid. I wonder who I become if I let my dreams undone. My mind always off track. I'm stuck inside these dreams. I wonder who I could be if a face is solid. I wonder who I become if I let my dreams undone.
Awesome. I hope that this whole series has been helpful to you. If you haven't already downloaded the tracks and the accompanying mixing checklist that goes along with it, that includes all 6 of these videos and the tips that I've been covering, plus 2 other steps that we had to kind of rush through at the beginning, plus some bonus tips. If you haven't done that already, grab all of that for free at mixingchecklist.com. Links here in the video. It's in the description box. That way you can mix along with these videos and try it all out yourself in your own software with your own plugins in your own studio the way you like. There's something different about trying it on the same material than just watching it in a tutorial. Big thanks to you for watching. I really hope that you actually finish the mix and leave a comment and post your mix in one of these videos so we can take a listen to it and check it out. I'd love to get hundreds of mixes of this song and hear how different they sound based off of the way you like to hear music. So be sure to mix along with it. Grab everything you need at mixingchecklist.com. Also, if you dig the song, you might dig the rest of their music. Go to thelackfamily.com. Check out, it's a family band. It literally is a dad, a mom, and his 3 daughters. It's an incredible band, super talented. If you like them, show them some love, support their music. They tour all over the world and just play music together as a family, which is really, really cool. So thank you to the Lack family for letting me use your song, Southern Road, and best of luck to you in all your endeavors. And thank you for watching these tutorials and being a part of this series. I hope you have enjoyed it, and I hope you have gotten a lot of value out of it. Leave me comments. Let me know which of these 6 mixing steps was most eye-opening to you, most helpful to you. I'm curious. Let me know in any of the comments below any of these videos. And make sure you subscribe to the channel if you like content like this and you want more content like this. That way you'll get the weekly video that's going out. Other than that, my friend, happy mixing. practice, practice, practice. You know, this can take a long time to get good at mixing, and I have a lot of things I probably want to do this track as I work on it, but that's what the practice is for. Is that's how you get good, is you do these things, the simple things. There's no tricks, there's no magic to mixing. It's really simple techniques over and over and over again till it locks in your brain. Happy mixing, have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you on another video real soon.